I do feel bad for her. But it's hard to feel bad for her and not feel bad for the two people that he's responsible for killing at the same time. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with the penultimate episode of RahXephon. I do believe that we have set ourselves up for, well, maybe not the end game. We have set up a bunch of relationships for what they will be at the end of the day. Let's see, who died last episode? I didn't mark down the deaths, but off the top of my head, Jean-Patrick died trying to save LV. I can't remember, did Kathy die? I think she did. I think she might have been the first one to die, which is regrettable in the scheme of things. Which I guess leaves LV as our last of the pilots left. Joji, our reporter guy, turned out to be a commander of the whole operation. Showed up clean looking at the end. Megumi basically gave up the relationship game to Ayato, basically telling Ayato that Haruka, loves him, which we've all known from the very beginning, which I was actually trying to elaborate to Griffin when we were watching this with Griffin, to see if he could figure out the time paradox love triangle that was going on. But yeah, they've basically established their relationship now. I was wondering last episode what had happened to Sayoko, but I guess she hasn't really appeared in a while. Maybe I'm just forgetting what happened to her, because I don't recall it happening on screen. Mamoru is still around, still a villain. I think he showed up last episode in the dolem, or the singing, what do you call them? Instrumentalists, I believe. Headgear, wearing the outfit. So he's probably going to die, because we all know that an instrumentalist connected to the system who has their dolem dies too. I mean, we know that without the headgear they do too, because the most impactful episode of anime we brought up, she didn't have it attached to her head. It also seemed like Ayato and Reika, aka the Zephon, merged, is what I want to say happened at the end of last episode. Very confusing visually, but I want to say that's what happened because they brought up the idea that will he still be human? And I have to think that the only reason that question gets asked is because they merge. And then it becomes an issue of can they separate again? Or will he be reborn? There's a whole egg motif. Or maybe that is the rebirth and maybe he won't become human again. Maybe all this is actually just a goodbye. Unsure. I'm unsure. Oh, and also Soukyuu is in control of one of the fleets that was currently under attack or is attacking. That's the majority of all the characters who are currently in action at the moment. As for what comes next, based on past events or events that are currently happening, I don't know. I guess the guy that I said was wearing the headdress, the head thing last episode. I'm assuming Ayato, Zephon, whatever you want to call that merger thing now, is going to go fight and kill him. And maybe the last episode is dealing with the Mu as a whole, or his mother. I'm unsure. Obviously, I've said before, I don't remember how the show ends, and my memory of how it goes ended a long time ago. Basically, what I keep calling the best episode of anime. What was that, 10 episodes back? That's where my knowledge ended, so my ability to even guess basically is only like one episode ahead, and I have to assume the Zephon is going to defeat, what's his name? Who is going to try and enact his revenge, assuming that he's not being brainwashed, because I believe he is a Mu, the same way that the mom is a Mu. Enact his revenge for his love interest's death that, didn't seem to actually love him back. Anyway, that's a long ramble on how I think this is all going to go. So, there's only one way to actually find out, and that's by jumping in and seeing how it happens.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
And I still think the opening is a pretty good song. But I think it's more an element of it's my genre of music. Or maybe not my genre of music. Obviously, rock is my genre of music. But I prefer this more to electronica. And if you haven't been watching our Macross reactions, this whole debate about what my genre of music is might not mean anything to you. But there are a number of, say, Macross Plus, which is full of electronica, or Gundam Seed, in fact, might enter into the conversation. Gundam Seed has a electronica opening that starts with a classical opening. The opening of the opening starts classical and then drops into electronica. And I've constantly said, by the way, that has to be an Evangelion rip. Anyway, I've constantly said that I like the classical bit and then I hate when it turns to electronica. I like the chorus that this song has. I like the background music. It's more my style of anime opening, is all I'm saying. And I think it's underappreciated in the realm of anime openings. I was also going to say I forgot that he transformed on the ship that this guy was in control of. Hey, the cat made an appearance again. Cat got away free. Oh, yeah, our crazy dude. Or the dude who got influenced by, what's her name? Is he gonna take out the Bahim guys? Sorry, it's obviously a connection. Gods and certain music. Sorry, it's obviously a connection that I missed early on. Probably during the time frame of Griffin leaving the reaction and me picking up solo. Yeah, it had to be an emergency landing. The thing can't even control its hand. Because it's very much like they're angels. Yeah, except that thing doesn't have like a good track record against the Mu. Well, there's our guy. Since one of them been instantly able to destroy a moo, or sorry, a dolem, like that.
諦めるな。交代しつつ迎撃。手を緩めるな。艦長、本艦を敵中心に向けてくれ。
了解。変身おもかじ6点。
注意。君のプランにかけてみようと思う。
ああ、TDD は武器に応用できる。
ただし、特攻はなしだ。直前でリリース、いいな。
嫌だと言ったら
出撃は認めない。
少佐。いえ、ヤグも知れ。自分はそんなに愚かではありません。
I mean, technically it's suicide no matter what. I mean, it's operational suicide, basically.
Alpha マン発艦。6時方向に行っています。
何？
It does also very much feel like they were building some sort of repertoire between these two that I feel like he would have with that other girl, the one who was, I keep talking about having morning sickness or something.
ピアサーフィールド、レゾナンスコンタクト。
How are you gonna weaponize this?
出力最大。
There's gonna be like hitting them with like a full drive and across? Yep, literally it was.
小賢しい。神の真の像よ。ヒロコを殺した汝に死を。
Like I said, vengeance. We know what he's here for. This is very clear.
僕だ。人間だ。どういうことだ。どこにいる？ハヤト！
So he's merged, but he was able to keep himself in the merging? Is that what's supposed to be happening? Doesn't really look like her face and his face.
嘘だ。俺は認めないぞ。お前など。ヒロコを殺したお前など。
I mean, he is, though. He is that, too. Oh. I'm surprised he survived.
調律の時は今ここに来たれり。
It's a very creepy look, though.
どうしたの？何をそんなに苦しんでるの？
はるか、ここにいちゃいかん。早く。
いや。
タラをこねるな。
そうちゃん！必ず帰ってきて！
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
僕にやれることはやりました。でもその結果がこれです。ヒロコ、俺は
That's some fucking way to go out.
ヒロコ。
That was Monty Python Black Knight shit right there.
神な。
What the fuck? Come on.
約束守れない。
Yeah, what the... Is he like destroying the whole place? What? Okay, I was worried he was gonna rip the whole island apart, but I still don't like. I liked those two characters. Like, I really did. So having them die to this feels like shit. What's that above him? It's like the sky has cracks in it. Or was she controlling him from a distance? That's what was going on. Huh. They're all instrumentalists. You're a conductor. There is literally something covering the sky. Oh, the Moo platforms. Sorry, I was confusing the hell out of me for a moment.
全てが変わってしまおうとしているこの世界で、人として生き続けていくことにどれだけの意味があるのか。
Oh, she was still alive.
しかし、生き残った一人一人がすべきこと、それははっきりしている。人はそれでも生きていくのだ。こちら統括部、第707補給基地、
まだいらしたんですか。撤収命令が出ています。と言ってもどこに逃げても同じみたいです。
Yeah, because the Moo covered the
や
world.
り残したことがあってね。
それはあなたの仕事じゃない。汚い仕事は私の受け持ちです。
Yeah, I don't know what happens to them. Oh, never mind. I found out what happens to them. Oh, never mind. Sorry. I thought... Yeah, they clearly were not in the same place.
しっかり抑えてろよ、メン。
Right, so he's transcended, right? So that's what's happened? When he vanished, he's basically become something other. Yeah, all the failed clones.
これは何だ。俺は何なんだ。
答えろよ。
Oh, gonna lure him back to the tunnel? The time tunnel thing? Or the otherworldly tunnel? I don't recall it anymore.
Haruka.
I guess not. I guess I'm just wrong on all accounts.
エルフィもヤグモ君もその上あなたまでラーゼフォンと消えてしまって私
Oh, he's responsible for those, though.
ラーゼフォンと共にここにいる。ラーゼフォンは僕の中にいる。僕が 僕自身がラーゼフォンなんだ。
何よ。
もう一人じゃないんだ。
He has a real appearance of what's his name from Gundam 00.
そうちゃんを返してよ。
I mean, I don't blame her.
何が不死身だ、何がメトセラだ、撃たれりゃ死ぬじゃないか。あれ、
あんたは D。D はデザイナーズ・チルドレンの D、ドーレムの D、そして
Well, so much for whatever theory I had going on there.
マルド、俺を D と呼ぶな。マルド。
そして D は出来損ないの D。
あなたという人は
I mean, he did kill him, though. Not that this matters much, because we obviously... He's basically a god now. I mean, at least we know she was willing to go through with it. So many characters wouldn't be.
あやと、あなた本当に。
なんでよ。なんでそうちゃんまで巻き込んだのよ。なんで。
キム、ごめん。
謝ってほしいんじゃない。そうちゃんを、私のそうちゃんを返して。お願い。
僕は僕だ。
Who gives a shit?
やり続けている。でも僕は人
No
じゃ
one's
ない。
literally asking you about
も
this.
う人じゃないんだ。もう
あやと。
人には戻れない。だから最後に君に。
何を言ってるの。あなたはあなたよ、人間よ。
僕は自分が
You not just see him eat all those bullets?
ラーゼフォンが僕がどういう存在なのか。
イシュトリ・イン・ヨレオトル。人の心臓を失ったオリンは神の心臓ヨロテオトルを得、真実の顔イシュトリを受け入れる。アヤト、お前には互いに補い合うもう一人のお前の半身がいる。
Oh, that's what we're gonna be doing.
二つのラーゼフォンは時間が物質化した機械仕掛けの神にしてあまたの世界の
Don't know why she had to get naked for us to tell us, but okay.
調和させる調律者。私たちの歌が世界を一つに。恐れるな我が半身よ。
Always a clever use of where the hair goes.
私のすべては汝の、汝のすべては私と共に。よく生きよオリン。
Does that imply? Also weird that your sister's going to your son. Don't know how to imply that one either. Anyway, does that imply that when she brought out the black RahXephon way back when, that she merged with it back then? Because it seems like she is what old Ayato is now.
彼女の歌が聞こえる。
And she hasn't appreciably changed since then, so it seems like she's been that the whole time.
僕たちにつながる人。
クオン、 彼女がもう一人のあなた。
彼女の世界と僕の世界、どちらかの世界を。
ダメよ言っちゃ。
僕は人として生まれてよかったよ。いろんなこと自分の心で感じてこれたもの。
あやと、
君とは2回も知り合えたしね。さよならめぐみ、さよならおじさん、さよならキム、さよなら。
I will say, I think this is the...
はるか、僕の一番好きな人。
I think this is the board that I had the relationships go the wrong the most. Ayatu is related to so many fucking people that I just did not connect him to.
私は納得しない。できない。だってあなたは私の愛した唯一の人だもの。
I do feel bad for her. But it's hard to feel bad for her and not feel bad for the two people that he's responsible for killing at the same time.
それがいかなるものであろうとも。
青の森で黒曜石の蝶は歌を見つける。
Hello, Evangelion. Funny meeting you here.
僕はなんだ。
Okay. Legitimately have a hard time parsing that one out. I mean, obviously I know that the idea is that he is transcended being by merging with the, I guess, godhood that was Reika. But then now is forming with Quan to become the new reality sort of thing. But very much feels like that ending for this episode. Obviously this is the penultimate and we have one episode left after this. Reminds me heavily of the ending of not Last Man on Earth. The Silent Earth. Sorry, it took me a minute to remember the name of the movie. Where the guy is part of an experiment, and the experiment accidentally kills everybody on Earth except for everyone who died the moment the experiment happened. And then there's like 4 people left on... No, sorry, 3. There's 3 people left on Earth. And then he does the experiment again to try and save everyone, and it turns out he is the last one on Earth after that, and the Earth is like around Saturn, when the clouds are melting from the sky. It's very weird. And it's reminiscent of that to the last scene that we saw there.
追憶の響きもて我心の檻を打ち破らん。奏しは誠の色なり。最終楽章遥か久遠の彼方。世は音に満ちて。
You know, I always say that this show is better than Evangelion, but not remembering the ending and now seeing that. Well, to be fair, I understand this ending still more than Evangelion's, but seeing that ending there, it really feels like they're about to pull an Evangelion ending, where his last scene in this episode is, "What am I?" And it looks like the dead people from the series are about to talk to him in his own mind to try and confirm what he is now. I'm unsure about that, but seeing at least one of the characters that he killed this episode talking to him through a television screen, which is what I believe to be happening there, very reminiscent of the earlier, trippier episodes of RahXephon. Specifically, the one where he goes to the dreamscape of Tokyo Jupiter, and people are having conversations with him, like his old friends or Haruka, and implying elements of himself and reality that are true, but just very confusing to be told in such a way. I think that's what we're leaning back into here. But also probably the element of what the entire story is about. I guess this is one of the follies of watching just one episode a month, is that the deeper the story gets, the worse my notes are, the worse my understanding of them. I guess it's also the benefit of the reactionary content, is that anybody who could and would fill me in could keep me up to date on the stuff that I'm obviously missing out on. I guess this is where I wish I had, like, your Fenrirs from our Patreon, or our Alex V9s from YouTube, who go into heavy depth on telling us what Fate Zero or Jujutsu Kaisen are about, specifically the things that are missing, or the more in-depth message of certain scenes that a show like RahXephon, or God forbid if I ever did Evangelion, would require to better fully understand the metaphors and the symbolism at play. Because I know that during one of these episodes, I went back and tried to figure out the symbolism of Bahem. Sorry, pronouncing the second B, it's failing me every time. Or the names of the gods and what they represent, and what they might be being used to be shown in the show. I completely failed at it. Like, my level of note-taking and research was not able to encompass the names of the gods and what they might represent here. So, yeah, I have no idea. I might need a little bit of help, especially on the last episode. That said, I think that's where we're going to end here, though. So, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?